morning to you all. Let's establish a new religion today. A religion which will touch 500 million lives across India. It will bring about a social transformation. It will provide livelihood to a very young population. Why do we need skilling? Why does skilling require a specific focus? Well, till now, India has been bound by two main religions. One is cricket and the other is Bollywood. So why do we need skilling as a third religion? India's population is growing younger by the day. By 2020, average Indian age will be 29 years, China will be 38 years, and Japan will be at 48 years. Now, if the country were to utilize the potential of this very young population, it will lead to a demographic dividend. However, if we don't get it right, then it will be a demographic disaster. Now, what do we do in skilling to make a difference to the Indian society? Let's just understand that our education system in its current form is not able to support the kind of outcomes the country needs. So out of every 100 children that are enrolled at the school level, only 18 reach college level, which implies 82 children drop off somewhere on the way to college. And those who reach college also, they have to contend with a very high percentage to get into a college of their choice, do a discipline of their choice. So those who get 80% marks, what do they do? For that matter, those who get 40% marks, they also pass the exam. What do they do? Skill development may be an alternate career. Now, in order to understand skill development, let's try and differentiate education with skilling. Which this is not a calculus class, but I just thought I'll bring this to the fore. Now, during your educational career, what this shows is at any point in time, your education should be a sum total of theory, knowledge, soft skills, and core skills. Soft skills like presentation skills, communication skills, language skills. Core skills are those you deliver by your hand. A welder does welding, a carpenter does carpentry. Unfortunately, our education system focuses too much on theory and knowledge. So, we don't have too much of soft skills and core skills as part of our education as of now. Now, where do we now need to make a change? Or we carry on the same way that we've always been doing? Now, in order to understand where we are, we had done a recent research, and the research showed that the average Indian household lifetime savings is 20 to 25,000 rupees. That's where these youth are going to come from. And the parental mindset of these youth is graduation. Beta graduate ho jai, shaadi ho jayegi. Son become a graduate, you will get married. And so graduation has become kind of a matrimonial passport. But what happens after graduation? 75% of our graduates are unemployable because they do not have the requisite technical skills. That's why most of our graduates are underemployed. They work as courier boys, they work as loaders, they work as auto rickshaw drivers, and they become frustrated with their lot. What we need to do is, we need to provide training courses to suit the budgets of these households from where this youth is going to come from. We need to provide them training which can lead them to a livelihood. We need to provide them opportunities which can make them better themselves as life progresses. So, the training, the need of the hour for training is provide short-term courses, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, which can lead to an outcome. That outcome has to be wage employment or self-employment. So, learn a skill, earn. Learn more, earn more. Be skilled, be independent. Once one door opens, many more will open. The person becomes confident. And with that confidence, he or she can chart out the career in future. So what do we need to do? From whatever we have learned so far, let's restructure our learning. Again, this is the last bit of integral calculus I'm going to show you. But what it just says is every course should be an integration of theory, core skills, and soft skills. And education itself will be a set of and practical experience. Now, where does this leave us to do more training? Now, I am here to represent NSDC, National Skill Development Corporation. NSDC is a public-private enterprise which the government owns 49% and the private sector organizations own 51%. NSDC's work is based on 3 major pillars. Create a vision, I just mentioned, 150 million people by 2022. The government, with its various ministries, 20-odd ministries, are working on skilling programs for 350 million. That's how the 500 million youth figure is arrived. We fund scalable and sustainable projects, training projects. Mandate is you have to do 50,000 minimum across 10 years and provide 70% employment. That's key, 70% employment. Enable an ecosystem. That's what I'm here. I'm here to make you aware of the skill development mission in India. I'm here to motivate you to join the skill development mission in India. I'm here to evoke that service spirit in each one of you, deep down in your heart, where you want to do something good for the society, but waiting for the opportunity. Well, this may be the opportunity. Now, the resources that NSDC has already created within the ecosystem, skill gap studies. If you go to the NSDC website, www.nsdcindia.org, you have skill gap studies by the state, by the district, all across the country. Not only that, you have skill gaps and aspirations of youth being high for certain trades. Now what do you have? You have people having high aspirations and the skill gap being high. As an entrepreneur, and I hope some of them are here today, you can put the 2 and 2 together and make 22. You've got this model going. Remember your marketing class? Identify a need and devise products and services to fulfill that need. How many remember that? Raise your hands. Yeah, some people were sleeping in the marketing class. It's time to wake up. Industry Connect. It's not about just starting a business. You have to get them jobs. As you become managers, as you join industry, as you interact with your alumni, take it as your role to influence their remuneration policy, their recruitment policy, to hire accredited, trained manpower and provide them a differential wage so that they see a return for the investment they made in themselves to get themselves trained. Because you are now getting a person productive on day 1. How many days, 6 days can go in orientation program? Even on the personal front, when you hire a carpenter or you hire an electrician for doing work at home, if that person is skilled, respect his skill by providing him that extra wage. Now, standards and certification. Who lays down the standards? The industry does. There are 29 sector bodies already in place called sector skill councils. And these sector skill councils are made by people from the industry. When I talk of the sector, it's like IT, banking, medical, construction, logistics, and so on, 29 of them. They design the job roles which are most required by that sector. They design job roles for 80% of that workforce. Then, against the job roles, they define the competencies required to do that job role. Those competencies are called National Occupation Standards. What you see here is a National Occupation Standard which defines unarmed security guards job role. Now, once the training is aligned and delivered against the standard, how does one know that competency has been acquired by the training? So the assessment also done by the Sector Skill Council. So what do we have here? SSCs of the industry, job roles by the industry, and standards for the industry. Of the industry, by the industry, for the industry, you've got all the democratic principles to create a religion on skilling in the biggest democracy in the world. Now, finally, technology. This photograph shows ladies in Tripura getting assessed on a tablet in a granary warehouse. There was no 3G connection. Getting random questions and practical questions. And they had to demonstrate the skill that they had acquired. This is where I want you to keep your thinking cap on. Get your grey cells active. Come up with ideas and solutions to reach out to the last mile in India. How do you attend to the youth without having to pull them off from where they are? How do you deliver skill training to them? How do you assess them for the skills? How do you provide them an alternate means of livelihood where they are? It may not be necessary for them having to move out to the main towns. Yeah. And luckily for us, in India, the mobile population, the people who use mobiles, is one of the largest in the world. Now, this is where you have to be creative. One possibility, I'm just outlining. Remember Siri in your iPhone? The lady who always obeys her commands? Quite unrealistic. Okay. How do we get an Indian Siri? Let's call her history. Cyber mother. What does a mother do? Guides, advises the children. Now, remember the population that we're talking of may not know how to read or write, but they know how to speak, they know how to understand, provided you talk to them in regional language. And this cyber mother can be designed such that it speaks and it talks in regional language. It works on a database called Skillpedia, a skill cousin of Wiki. Gets information on where the next training course is going to be. How do you apply for it? Leave reminders on your phone to apply at the right time at the right place. Multiple things. Where the vacancies are going to come. Which jobs you can apply for. Numerous things. Just see the empowerment that you can bring about for the youth where they are. Now, this is where I want to leave you with that thought. You can be part of this ecosystem. You can create products and services to reach out to this mass of people. Because India has the potential to become a Hunar Bharat, skilled India, only after you people join it and make India a skilled human resource park. So here I am invoking spirit of skill development in all of you. Together we can, and together we will.